Hello everyone, and welcome to Debonair Cyber. My name is Devin, and in today's video we're going to be doing something a little bit different on the channel. I want to talk to you about why and how you should be using write-ups when you're doing hacking challenges. Things like Hack the Box, Try Hack Me, those types of things. We're going to go over things like how to bolster your understanding and reinforce the concepts that you're learning, some ways that these will develop your skills over time, and how you can potentially give back to your community. With all that out of the way, let's get started. Okay, so the first thing I really want to talk about here is how you should be using write-ups as you're taking your cybersecurity journey. So the big thing here is you really want to be using this as more of a study guide than a ticket to finish the box, right? I myself have fallen in the trap of just copy and pasting commands and not really looking at why they came to the conclusion, the author of the write-up came to the conclusion that they did, right? It really does take some research and understanding why they chose the commands that they did and how they came to those conclusions. So using these as a study guide to research the things that you didn't know or the reason that you got stuck, right? Not just copy and pasting commands, and you're not going to learn anything that way. Like I said, I myself have fallen into that trap in the past. So when you're a complete beginner to hacking, I think the ultimate goal with write-ups is to learn the techniques that you haven't been exposed to in the past, right? So this is a great way to learn about different tools, is to read different write-ups by different people even. Many times you'll find in different write-ups one person will solve a challenge one way, and then another person will go at it from a completely different angle and using completely different tool sets, different mindsets. And there's something to learn from both of them. The ultimate goal with these write-ups should be for you to gain enough confidence in yourself and build up enough skills over time that you can perform the enumeration that the author did to get to the point where they saw the correct path to solve the box. And more importantly, not to use them as a crutch, just like as a copy paste of, hey, I was able to finish this thing, but to use them as a tool to progress you further down the track and use them as a tool to guide your research and guide your skill development. And speaking of building confidence, let's talk a little bit about why we actually want to use write-ups. They can absolutely help you build confidence as you move forward, and you'll begin to notice patterns as you move from one machine into another one. These general patterns of enumeration and then research, and then take a step forward, right? And you'll exploit something or find out some version number, and then that will lead to new discoveries and so on and so forth until you get root, right? That's kind of the skeleton of most of these types of challenges, especially on the hacking side. And we've talked a little bit about it already, but these are absolutely a great tool to learn different ways of solving problems. Even if you've already finished a box, a lot of times I'll go back after solving something myself and go and look at maybe how IPSec did it, and he has a great explanation in all of his videos on how to get to the conclusions, and sometimes even multiple ways of doing certain challenges. Really, the largest takeaway, I think, from using a write-up in a challenge is to discover the methodology. Especially if you're brand new, this is not something that really comes easy. I think it's just something that you have to develop over time. There are certain things that you want to do on every machine, right? You'll always see at the very beginning, you're going to start with an nmap scan. You have to know what ports are open in order to begin to know where you can even start, right? But even going beyond that, the general methodology, a lot of people will have certain commands that they like to run as soon as they land on a machine. You've heard me on this channel before in the past talk about how one of my favorite Linux commands as soon as I land is ID. This is going to give you a lot of good information, and that's just an example of a type of methodology that I have developed over time that gives me a little bit of information right as I land on a machine. And ultimately, if you, especially for brand new beginners out there that are using write-ups or wondering why you should, it really does help to build momentum. This is already challenging enough to try to learn the types of thinking that we need to do whenever we're doing red team operations, right? If you get stuck for too long, it can really feel like a slog. It can feel like you're not making any progress. It can feel very discouraging if you're stuck on a machine for days and days and days on end, especially if you're brand new and you're not really comfortable in a methodology, or you're not really confident in a methodology. You're not really comfortable with anything that you're doing at this stage in your journey, and that's okay. But again, building momentum and not feeling like you're stuck and feeling like you're learning things the right way, as we talked about earlier, can really help you build momentum and confidence as you're moving forward in this journey. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, it is paramount that you write your own write-ups. First of all, I kind of talked about it in the intro to the video, but this is a great way for you to give back to your community. You can post these on a blog that you host, or that you contribute to. You can post these on your own website, or you could even make your own video about how you solved the challenge and upload it. As you begin to develop your own write-ups and your own videos and that types of thing, whatever medium you decide to take with these, not only are you building a portfolio that you can showcase later, you're also building a series of notes of all the commands and syntax and reasons that you did in all these different challenges, and that is invaluable to your journey as a whole. You begin to, like I said, you begin to notice sort of patterns whenever you're going through each of these boxes, and you begin to develop your own methodology. And even just, I know I used this tool a few weeks ago, but I can't remember the exact syntax right now. Just being able to search through your notes and find where you did that thing and easily transfer it from one application to another is invaluable as you're moving through your hacking journey, not only from a learning perspective, but even when you get into a job. Having those notes to fall back on in certain situations can really help you out. So please, if you take nothing else away from this video, just keep in mind that as you're doing these challenges, take some kind of notes. This truly is the secret weapon to write-ups, is writing your own. And there is no shortcut to learning these types of things. You're just going to have to go through it. This is going to help you with just about every aspect of cybersecurity, not only from bolstering the skills that you're learning by writing them down a second time and even including your own reasons and resources in those write-ups, but also having the ability to write them down for yourself in your own words helps you to explain these concepts in the future. If your ultimate goal is to become a penetration tester and do this in the field, then you will be expected to kind of show your work, right? You're going to have to talk to the client and say, hey, this is what the vulnerability is, this is how I exploited it, and this is what you need to do to remediate it. And doing those as you're doing these hacking challenges is just preparing you for more of that. So I know this video is a little bit on the short side, but I did want to talk about why write-ups are the secret weapon to your success as a cybersecurity practitioner. Not only from building skills and confidence, but giving back to your community and also building your own portfolio in the process. Really just all around, write-ups are key to this journey. As always, if you made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for your support. If you like what you're seeing here, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.